Okay, today we're going to be using the sublimate sheets and cutting the image out on Cricut. So I'm just going to walk you through the steps with that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and grab the image that we're going to be using. Now on here, I actually did one earlier, and I'm redoing this one because it did cut it out nicely. However, I had asked it to cut these parts out. So I'm just going to change that because you can still use this, but then you have to, make sure that you get it as you sublimate it when you go to the press precisely inside. So just to avoid the human error part, I'm just going to set it this way to weed. Then I'm going to go ahead and set it up as a print and cut image. Upload it into the program. There we are right here. The image going in. All right, and the only thing that I need to do is enlarge it so that to the full size that it will let me print. I forget exactly what the Cricut settings are, but I always look over here because if the little bar comes, I'll show you real quick. It's not even showing me the bar, but I know that that's too big. Let's see. There it is. If that comes, then you know that it's too large to print on there. So I'm just gonna take it a little bit till it goes down, that I know that it will print on my sheet. The next thing that I'm gonna do is go ahead and put my sublimate sheet into my printer. And this is the doll side. And if you notice that this sheet has a little crease in it, and sometimes because they are fabric sheets, they do have the creases in it, but it doesn't, once you press it out on your heat press, it won't do anything. It won't impact your design. So on this one, on this actual printer, you put the doll side down that your image is going to print on, and the adhesive side you print up. So I'll place that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go over here, and I'm going to ask Cricut to go ahead and make this project for me. Now, one of the things, because there's no wording, you don't need to mirror. So because I'm going to cut this also, I am going to use the bleed. I like the bleed because with the bleed, it just, it carries over, and it's just right here. You can turn it on or turn it off. So in some of your prints, you don't want to put the bleed on, but in this one I do, because what I want to do is I want it to cut along so that it'll kind of help alleviate the black line or the white outline line that you have. So if you add the bleed, if you have a print that will print out good that way for you to do that, I highly recommend doing that. And then we're going to go ahead and send it to the printer, and there it's printing. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get this set up. So the way that you cut the sublimate with the Cricut is you browse your material. If you go to the browse materials, and it is a fabric, so you're going to select fabric, and then I printed on cotton. And then you do have to have the rotary blade. So the Cricut is finishing up the project. And there we go. We can hit our flashing arrow. It's going to release it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off. As you see, it nicely comes off. And the difference is that this one, when I told it to weed, as you see when I pulled this one off, it's going to be the entire image. There we go. So that's the difference right there. That's what I wanted. And then I'm going to sublimate this shirt so you'll see how it looks on there, and it's nicely cut.